Hey everyone, this is Chase with InsurGrid coming to you live with another InsurGrid Agent Spotlight. I'm joined today by Jeff Eastvold, President of Absolute Insurance Agency in Des Moines, Iowa. Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I cannot complain. Jeff, you've been in the business for a long time. Tell everyone about your agency and your career in the business.
So I got my insurance license in 1991, so it's been a little bit, but yeah, mostly, we have this agency we started in 2007, mostly personal lines. We have 3 locations in central Iowa, right in, I don't know, 14, 15 states now. So seems like we're adding a state all the time.
Yeah,
Getting a little,
that's
yeah, we're keeping the economy going on those license fees.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Well, Jeff, love to learn a little bit more about some of the challenges that you were facing prior to using InsurGrid, and then using InsurGrid for a couple of months right now. What have your results been? How has it impacted your agency?
Sure. Oh, I mean, it's saved us so much time. I mean, that's the reason I went. I wanted to do it, just because if we can have that information, we're not trying to, go through 12 different systems to, get a VIN number. Not, the client says, well, I think I have $1,000 deductible, and they have a $250 deductible. I mean, our goal is to put people with the same coverage or better. We still do our analysis like we would if we didn't have any of that information, but just having that information, all that information there is it's just a big time saver. We don't have to guess, and
Right.
if that client has a better deal with whatever carrier they're with, we have no problem saying stay right where you're at, but or we'll see that, you're missing a lot of coverages that we might not even discuss. So it saved us just massive amounts of time.
And how because you have agents now, how would you quantify the time savings on maybe like a per deal basis? Can you quantify that at your agency?
Oh,
I'm putting you on the spot, Jeff.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, but it just depends on, what account you're working on. If it's just a straightforward, um, 2 drivers, 2 cars, maybe it's a renter. Obviously, there's not that much information you need there. But if you have, multiple homes, boats, motorcycles, campers, 12 cars or 5 cars, 5 drivers, it can get pretty involved, especially when you're trying to go through, multiple companies. So that's where that InsurGrid's nice. And then probably the bigger say, like, one thing we do when we write our clients is we always cancel their prior coverage for them with the carrier and with the other agent. So just having the declarations page, that saves that work, just getting all that policy information just to do the cancels.
Right. So yeah, so leveraging the declaration pages for not only the quoting process, but for the cancellation process, and providing that service to your clients.
Yep. And then we automated. So when we enter an applicant into EasyLinks, we have an automation that it automatically emails the prospect saying, basically this is, hey, this is me, this is my contact information, this is what we're going to do, and then please use this link. So that's kind of nice. So that just goes right out to them. So when I'm on the phone with them, I'm saying, hey, you're going to get that email. If you can, just while I'm gathering information, why don't you just complete that?
Right.
And then it works out pretty good. I'd probably say half the people are doing it,
And then the other half is just sending you.
Well, if they didn't set up an online login,
Yeah.
or they don't have their policy information in front of them, usually they're not doing it there. But I've had, like I had somebody the other day that they moved from Iowa down to Texas, where we were doing his auto policy, and his fiance or girlfriend lived there, and it's like, oh man. So now what I thought was just going to be just, a simple requote. Now we have another driver that we have to account for, and she was with Allstate. So I just emailed him. She did it while I was still talking to him on the phone. So now it came back with her driver's license number, her birth date, the exact, her name spelled right, and I could just plug that in, and we just wrapped it up. Just ended up putting both policies together. Just saved that who knows how long that would have taken to get that information.
Right. So while you're on the phone with one person, the other person on the policy was able to get all the information to you seamlessly.
Yeah, his fiance just did it and it just came right back, and it's nice. I've had that a couple times where, especially when, newer, like people are getting married, spouses or the fiance's at work, can't talk on the phone, and the fiance doesn't know her driver's license number, should know the date of birth usually, but
Right.
just, they just forwarded the email. She did it. Just that's saving time.
Right. Yeah. And in saving the client time as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, it's less hassle,
Right. Yeah.
so,
Creating less hassle for both the agent and the consumer. Yeah.
sure. And we're phrasing it too, that, that's, part of it. And I think I've already said this, but, our goal is to, you know, put them in a better place. So, you know, obviously we sold a lot of insurance without ever having the deck pages, but it just saves us time. It's more convenient for them. Yeah, it works great.
And Jeff, what would you say to an agent? There's thousands of agents out there that this is new technology. What would you say to them if they were on the fence, like I've been in business for a while, I've never seen anything like this. Why should I use something like InsurGrid?
Well, I mean, it's simple. I mean, it doesn't take any time for us to do anything. I mean, we just, we already have a pre-set up email like in Outlook. We have it in, quick parts. So it's just, I can just fire that off, and it's just going to save you time. Getting the declarations pages from a client is always an advantage for the agent, right?
Yep.
So why you would not want that? Or, maybe some people like to talk to somebody that is looking at their insurance declarations page and they have no idea what it is. And you can spend 15 minutes trying to guide them over the phone to where their deductible is,
Yeah.
or, I can't find this. And, so just, and the other nice thing too, is sometimes I've had, where we're just doing auto and home, and then boom, here comes, a motorcycle and a boat. Obviously I should have probably asked about that, but, um, just one of those things you hadn't gotten around to in the call. So
Right.
it uncovers more business.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, two things that, pulling away from this conversation is it's creating advantage for your agency,
Sure.
because getting the declaration page at any point in the process is helpful. And then the second is uncovering more premium for your book of business, because you're able to get all the policies on the account that, either you didn't ask about or they didn't tell you.
Yeah,
And it's using technology to pull that information.
sure. Well, I mean, and sometimes, it's one of those things, like they might have that motorcycle that, the husband drives it once a year, and you're talking to the wife, she just forgot they even had it.
Right.
Or a boat that they keep, at their father-in-law's house, and they own it, but it's not something, it's the middle of winter. They're not really thinking about boating, and just, that stuff comes up. So it's great. It's increased our closing. I mean, it's just, for me, it's just about the time. It's saving me time.
Yeah. Time savings and increase. What would you say the increased closing percent would be if you had to ballpark across the agency?
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't really track if it's, yeah, tr- not to sound arrogant, but I mean, our closing rates are always pretty high anyway.
Sure.
Probably, 80% of our quotes are closed. So, I don't know if it's really, I don't know. It's probably, at least 5% more, but
Yeah.
it's more that we're just able to just turn it around quicker.
Sure.
And
Sure.
that alone is, has value.
Right.
Is it, especially most of our business is referrals. I mean, we do get some Google call-ins and stuff like that. So but we're not in the game of where they're quoting, 25 agents at once. It's more one-on-one. But
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I really like it. I mean,
Awesome.
if other agents don't want to use it, great.
Yeah. There you go. Keep it all to yourself.
Yeah, we'll keep it a little secret. It's one of those things I almost like want to telling other agents that we're using it, but now it's
Yeah.
kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah. Awesome. Jeff, well, thank you so much for your time. And and telling everyone more about your experience using InsurGrid. And yeah, we really appreciate it.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.